Hello everyone, I hope you all are good, doing well. So after a long time, today I'm recording this lecture as we all have entered in the year 2025. So I wish you everyone happy new year. Let's try to be more kind. Let's try to be more happy no matter what's going inside, because if you put a smile on your face, that gives a strength in order to face any kind of a difficulties. That's my mantra. That is what I follow in my life also. So after a long time I'm recording this video, and I will make sure to continue this process further also. So how I'm going to proceed, like every day I'm going to pick one theme from the newspaper, be it the Hindu or be it the Indian Express, and I will try to see if UPSC has asked or if the theme align with the UPSC syllabus, and if the UPSC has asked like questions from that theme. So if you all have gone through the newspaper of the Hindu today, you might have seen there is a one article related to delimitations. So today I'm trying to cover this Delimitation Commission overview, and which I'm going to give you information related to prelims as well as related to mains. So what you can and how you can use this lecture, you can just listen it once, and I will make sure that you understood the basic tenet of this Delimitation Commission and the process of delimitation and why it is important for India, and how what kind of a challenges it's going to we are going to have in the coming year. So let's move to the next slide. You all can see my name here. This is Shama. So before starting anything or before reading anything, if you guys are like preparing for UPSC examination or State PCS examination, you all know that you are having a very limited time, and in this limited time you cannot read something from here and there. You have to align yourself and your like study timing and the theme whatever you are reading your book with the syllabus of your examinations. So you guys can, like, I have not used the State PCS or like syllabus and all here, but you guys can use this in your State PCS mains exam as well as in a prelims exam also. So if I talk about the UPSC, the relevance of this theme is in the prelims as well as mains, and we can say like the delimitation process is going to be a hot topic in the coming and this year as well as in the coming year after 2026 census. So there is a possibility of having we can see the theme in the essay topic also. First of all, we are going to see what is delimitation. Even if I have no idea about what it is, first I will look after the word. And this is how you can solve in the prelims examinations. If there is some question in which you have no idea, you try to decode the word. So if I see here, there is a two word D and another is a limitation. So if I talk about the limitation, what it is, like it is putting some kind of a boundary. And when I talk about D, like it is trying to readjust that boundary or like kind of a delimiting that thing. So what is delimitation? Delimitation is nothing. It is a process of fixing number of seats and boundaries of territorial constituency in each state as well as in Lok Sabha. Okay? So in Lok Sabha for each state and in the state legislative assembly of each state. Apart from that, it also like try to reserve the seat for a SC ST in these houses, be it Lok Sabha and State Legislative Assembly. There are two important articles which we are seeing here. There is a one more article I will tell you about that in the further slide. The first is we can see Article 82 and Article 170. Article 82 is aligned with the Lok Sabha and Article 170 aligned with the State Legislative Assembly. It talks about how like you have to do readjustment of territorial constituency after each census. So you guys have this two article is very much important, Article 82 and 170. The next thing which we can see, the delimitation process जो है that is done by delimitation process is done by Delimitation Commission, that is set up by an act of parliament. Next we are going to see constitutional provision of delimitation or delimitation commissions. So we have already seen Article 102 in which we are going to see how it's related to the parliament, in which we see the delimitation act after every census. Article 172 is related to the state legislative assembly of each state, And there is a one more article which I'm like you might have been aware, like article 81, which talk about the like defines the composition of Lok Sabha, and it mandates that composition should represent change in population. So why we are using, like I'm introducing this article here, like if you guys have seen the 2024 UPSC prelims paper, like there was a one article that is 109 sorry. And till now, like I was not aware about the 109 article, even though I have read a lot, but I was not aware that it is related to money bill, because whenever we read about money bill we only know it is defined under article 110. So while going through this, making this PPT, I have seen this article 81, so I decided to include this article here. So in case if in future there is a question that article 81 is also related to the delimitation of the constituency or readjustment of the seat, you guys must be aware, yes, it is related to. And the next we can see the fourth schedule, in which there is allocation of seats in Rajya Sabha, and UPSC has already asked a question related to that. And the question was like fourth schedule is related to what? For the allocation of seats in the Rajya Sabha. Apart from that, we are seeing that first delimitation there, like UPSC has already asked in the year 2024, there like how many times delimitation commission has been set up so far. So there are 4 times which we can see this commission has been set up in the year 1952, in the year 1963, in the year 1972 and 2002 under the act of same year. Apart from that, we can see here the first delimitation commission is carried out by the president in the year 1950 and 51. The next important thing, from here you can have the question in the prelims as well as in the mains, like delimitation commission, composition of it. So who all are the member of it, what are the function of it, the delimitation commissions, and what is the power of it, power it's having. So as we can see the member, if we see the member, it is like retired Supreme Court judge as a chairperson. Apart from that, we can see the chief election commissioner as or election commissioner. Apart from that, there's another like each state has like their independent state election commissioner, and they will be also the member of this delimitation commission. Next thing we are going to see here, the function. So what is the function? We have already seen like their function is to determine the number and boundaries of constituencies. And they have another role also to identify the seats reserved for the SC/ST wherever their population is relatively large. When we are going to see the power of this delimitation commissions. So like if there is some kind of a differences in the opinion between the members, so they will try to take the opinion of majority. Apart from that, we can also say, and we can add one more thing, that this delimitation commission is high powered body, and whatever kind of a decision it's going to take, that you cannot call, like you cannot put that question put before the court. Like whatever decision has been taken by the delimitation commission, you are not authorized to call that decision in the court. And this has been like UPSC has asked this questions also, so you have to look after this point, it is important. The next we are going to see the significance of delimitation commission, that is somehow the part of mains answer or like mains syllabus, I could say. Why we have this delimitation commission, like we can when we have prepared our constitution, we could have like fixed the number of seats, but we all know that our constitution is known as the living body. So this is one of the process where you can say how constitution is a living body. It has provided the provision like after every census there is a possibility you can make the readjustment in the territorial constituency, as well as the number of seats can be readjusted. The first thing is representation, in which like we had already talked about that the state legislative assembly as well as the representation in the Lok Sabha is done through the delimitation commission. Apart from that, the next point is equity, in which we can see how the boundary of territorial constituency try to ensure the equitable distribution of seat among the different region, be it the northern region, be it the southern region, eastern region or northeastern region. We try to create the equitable distribution of seat among this region. The third thing we are seeing here, reservation of seat for SC/ST, and in order to provide them equitable, like provide them constitutional representations, and as they are the marginalized community, so if they have given the reservation in the Lok Sabha and state legislative assembly, they are having right in order to raise their voice and to ask for, like, to raise their demand also. Another thing which we can see, the federalism, like we all know what is federalism, is nothing, it is a division of power between the state and center. So how Delimitation Commission is trying to balance the population based representation as well as federal consideration, like they both try to maintain the harmony between diverse region of our country. Another thing which we can see here, population control measure, like we have seen in the year 1974, after 1971 census, there is a freezing point in the Delimitation Act. Like we decided not to readjust the seats and the boundary of territorial constituency, so that and we tried to incentivize the population control in order to make the like India is like we all know that India is one of the most populated country now. So in order to control the population, we have taken this decision to freeze the seats. Next point we can see here, what is the status now. So what government has decided now, and like I already told you that till 1976 we decided, like suspended the Delimitation Commission, we decided not to take some kind of a different act where like we try not to disturb this seat distributions and territorial boundaries distribution. Now here you can see, like in the 84th Constitutional Amendment Act, we try to postpone the lifting, and we decided that after 2026 census there will be a kind of a readjustment in it. But now this question has created a lot big debate, like we see the northern state and southern state. If we divide India, like southern state has tried to control the population and they try to follow the family planning policy, but when it comes to the northern state like UP, Bihar, Rajasthan, you can see they are the most populous state in India. So this is the hot topic, and today if you see in the newspaper of the Hindu, the main reason or the main like I could say the hidden point behind that was this, like we have, like southern state are saying we have tried to control the population, so what we are getting in return? Even we try to control the population, we try to align with this policy, but still the seats more seats will be given to the northern state as they are most populous state in the country. So what is the challenges in delimitation? As I already said, population disparity, north and south India division. We can see here one fact, like the southern state is only 18% in the population, but they contribute 35% to India's GDP. But when it comes to the northern state, the population is too high and the contribution of their in GDP is not much in comparison to southern state. Apart from that, we can see that whenever the 15th the Finance Commission try to, I forget here, 15th Finance Commission. I'm sorry, first time I'm using this digital pad, so you might not be able to understand my handwriting, but soon I will try to understand how to write and all. So as we see that whenever the Finance Commission is constituted, there is a population is one of the criteria in order to distribute the financial resources among the state. So after this 15th Finance Commission like used this 2011 census, so we can see there's a loss of funding when it comes to the southern state and when it comes to the northern state. So the debate is again hitting on the same thing, like we followed the family planning and all, but still we are the one who are seeing the negative consequence of that. Apart from that, we can see there is a potential of fueling separatist movement on the basis of same again the topic of north-south divide and the northern state. Like we can see they are also not much in a population growth in comparison to the northern Indian state. Relevance in like recent news, I already said that northeast in the northeast state we can see the fresh delimitation commission exercise has been announced in the year 2023, and we are trying to lift this freeze after the 2026 census. And we have seen that once the article 370 has been enacted, the Jammu Kashmir has been given the more seat in the reason in the Lok Sabha, I could say. The next point which we can see here is the way forward and the conclusion. So this is also the part of mains answer writing, in which like if there's a question related to delimitation or limitation act, you can directly use this point. So what is the way forward? How we can try to like minimize this northern southern state conflict, or the gulf has been created on the basis of who has followed the family planning, who has not. So what we can do, we can see one thing, like we can freeze the seat of Lok Sabha and the state legislative assembly, and after freezing it we try to give more power to the local bodies. If we give more power to the local bodies, the engagement between the citizens and the governments would be enhancing more. So this is one of the way forward which you can use, like harmonizing principle, in which we are not going to, like we are going to fix the number of seats in Lok Sabha and state legislative assembly. May we can try to increase the seats, like according to the, we freeze the seat in the Lok Sabha and we try to increase the seat in the state legislative assembly, and apart from that we will give the more power to the local bodies. In the conclusion which I have provided here, you can use the same as it is in your mains answer. The process of delimitation involve what? Democratic representation as well as federal principles. Apart from that, like we have seen, the one of the most important factor which we consider while doing this delimitation is populations. So there's a chance, like there's a possibility we can use another factor, like I have provided here, development indicator, which we can use. If you guys can see this, we can use human development indices. We can use the success, like those states who has successfully adopted or implemented the family planning, we can incentivize them more. So this is one of the way where we can try to provide equity among this northern and southern state, and those state where they have the population is low and those state their population is high. So I think you could have understood till here. The next we can see here the reference and sources. So what I have used while making this slide, that is, I have taken the help of newspaper, I have taken the help of Election Commission website, apart from that our NCERT book. That's all from my side. I hope you all have liked, and there's a possibility that I might have given 1 and 2 point in which that would have enriched your knowledge related to delimitation commissions. Why I have covered this topic, because this is one of the hot topic of this year and the coming year also. It's not only in the UPSC examination, but you guys can see the same theme in the State PCS examination also. So that's all from my side. I hope you all like it, and don't forget to hit the like button, and don't forget to share with your family and friend and those people who are preparing for the UPSC examination. Soon I will try to create our Telegram channel where I will upload this PDF, or where we can move, like we can do our daily targets and all. So I will think over it and we'll see. If you guys want it, we can go together with this. That's all from my side. Thank you. Have a nice day. See you soon.